Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're doing great. I hope you and your family are great, and I hope life is treating you well. I hope everything is bright and beautiful for you. I hope that your health is good, and I hope that everything you wish for in this year is coming into fluidity. Once again, my friends, welcome. Welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These are the things, my friends, we talk about on this channel. So, as I've said in the past and will today, that every now and then I will come out and just venerate our ancestors or my ancestors. In previous videos, I told you what an ancestor is. An ancestors would be your parents, your late parents, could be your grandma, your grandpa, your great 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 grandparents. These, my friends, are your ancestors. Whatever I am doing here or whatever you will be doing, honoring them or venerating them, it's not new. And I want you to know that. Even the great one, Jesus himself, venerated his ancestors. So if you are doing that, don't be ashamed of it. Don't be afraid. Honor your ancestors. It's a good thing to do. It's a wonderful thing to do. What it does is it makes you in sync with nature. What do I mean in sync with nature? Once you start venerating or honoring your ancestors, you will start to understand things that you never knew before. Your entire spirit being, or your spirit man, whatever you want to call it, will be in sync with nature. So if something or someone is planning to hurt or harm you, you, my friend, will know. You will be able to tell things that will happen the next day, or things that will happen the day after, or things that will happen the following month, or things that will happen the following year. You will be able to understand mysteries, things that were hidden to you. You will start to understand them because deep down within yourself is the spirit, and spirit communicate with other spirit. You may not know it because you're in the physical, but if you want to understand these things, my friends, you can if you want to. But honoring your ancestors, like I said, your ancestors are your great grandma, your mom, your dad that once lived on this earth. Some people call them saint. A saint is somebody that lived on this earth. And while they were here, they did great many things. They were good to their communities. They were good to their race. They were good to their country. They were good to their nation. They were good for humanity. It don't often have to be good. It could be other reason, because all of us are sent here on a mission. All humans are on a mission. And sometimes your mission is to shake up things. Sometimes those things may not be good. Sometimes they may not be pleasant to others, but that's your mission. So they may be good, they may be bad. So when bad things happen, when human beings are caught doing bad things, it doesn't mean that they're just evil. It just means that that's their mission. They are here to send a message, and once their mission is over, they're out. They exit. So our ancestors can be both of those. When they were here, they did great things, and they were here, they did not so much great things, or they did things that were not considered to society as great. But yes, they, my friend, are our ancestors, and whatever they done, good or bad, we have to honor them. Other races do it, and they don't say bad things about their ancestors. I've never heard. I've never heard of any other race that I know saying bad things about their ancestor or even look down on them. Again, your ancestors are your generation. That would be your great 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 grandma, your great 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 grandpa. That lawn where you came from, that's your ancestor. Each of us have them. We have to have them. If we don't have them, then we wouldn't be here, because it is out of them that we came. So we have to honor them. So at the start of this year, this is my first video on our ancestors this year. On all I want to say here is to thank them for taking me through the 2024 terrible years, 2024 terrible year, for taking me through in good health, keeping my family safe, making sure that I'm healthy, making sure that everything that I'm working for towards come through. I'm grateful to them. You know, I'm also grateful to the Most High, the creator of the universe, for allowing me to breathe air, for allowing me to speak, for allowing me, for giving me the strength to be among the living. I'm grateful. And as I often say, where I am today, my ancestors are even closer to the great creator or the great one than I am. So whenever I need someone to intercede on my behalf for whatever is it I'm seeking, I always go to the ancestors, because they, my friend, are in the spirit world. And if God or the creator is a spirit, like they want us to believe, that it, like it is stated in the scripture, then I think they are there. So I just want to thank them for everything that happens last year and for the start of this year. I know this year is going to be a great year. I can feel it, I know it, and I believe it. So I know for you who are out there who believe like I am, you just need to believe. And once you do, you try, you see. If you don't try something, you won't believe. And like the great one again, Jesus. Jesus said when that lady what had some, according to the story now, she had issue of the blood, and we know what issue of the blood is. And everybody, it is a huge crowd. That lady been having this problem forever, and everywhere she went, no one could help her. But amongst all of those people in the crowd, when Jesus got touched, Yeshua Amashiach, when he got touched, he knew right away. He knew that someone had touched him. And the reason why she was healed is because she believed. You don't need to know something, you just need to believe it. So that's the point I'm trying to make. So if you want to be in sync with your ancestors, you just need to believe that they exist and honor them. Honor them. That's what this video is about. Honoring your ancestors. I'm talking to black people. I'm talking to African people. I'm talking to the lost people of the world. The ones that abandon their greatness. The ones that abandon their spirituality. That's you I'm talking to. If you know what you've let go and how what you've let go has escaped you, you would do whatever it takes to work to bring that back. You need to make that connection with your ancestors. They are real. And once you start to do it, you will see. I'm not going to tell you what I see, but I know what I see and I know what's happening. I'm just saying that you should try it. There's nothing wrong with believing what you believe, but Look at other things. Open your mind to other things. There's nothing wrong with thinking about other things. And that's what we do here on the Common Sense channel. We want you to start to think. Not everything is told to you is real. Not everything that was told to you is true. If you ask me, I'll say it's the opposite. So if someone tell you don't lie, lying is bad, just see lying as good. It's a defense mechanism. Everything is good, is how you use it. Everything is good. Everything you do to survive is good. It's just how you using it. The way you use it, what make that thing bad. But if you know what you're doing is bad and it's beneficial to you, why not do it? As long as it's not hurting someone, it's beneficiary to you. You see what I'm saying? And maybe eventually it can be beneficiary to others. You see? So that's how it is, man. Nothing is bad, so nothing is good. So the reason why I'm saying this, because what you see is bad may not be bad to another person. What you see is good may not be good to another person. So everything we see is in the eyes of the beholder, whoever is looking at it. You see what I mean? So yeah, so what you consider as ethics or morals may not be moral to another person, or may not be ethical to another person. You see, it's true. I mean, it's common sense. So yeah, I just want to honor my ancestors as I've always done here. I will continue to do this because I believe that they, again, are closer to the Creator than we are. I often use this movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator 1. I think it's part of Terminator 2. When, if you can go back and watch the movie, you'll see, the director of every movie has a message. Every movie has a message. But you have to pay attention, Don't be distracted. There are a lot of distractions out there, people, friends, a lot of distraction. But you got to stay on track. If you watch that movie, you see the way Arnold Schwarzenegger, some people call him Arnold Schwarzenegger, the way he came into this world and his mission, right? His mission, those are the key things. How he came into this world and his mission. That's how all of us come into this world. When the ancestors cannot find the living to solve a problem, they, my friend, will come in the form of a human being to solve a problem. That's what the director in that movie, the Terminator 1 and 2, was trying to show you. That if you look at him when he fell down from space, he came naked. And then the first thing he did was to quickly find something to wear. And it didn't matter what he did, but he had to put on something. So yes, and then after that, he was on his mission. He was not distracted at all. In that movie, if you watch it throughout, he was pursuing his target. And that's what you ought to do. The ancestors knows you. They see you. They know your situation. They are constantly with you. The reason why I'm dwelling on this is to tell you that when people die, they don't go nowhere. They don't go to no heaven. They don't go to no hell. It's in the book of Revelation. It's there. Any religious person watching this video, just go look at it. You see it's there. It tells you plainly what happened to the dead at the end, right? At the end, it said wherever they are. It says wherever they are, whether they die in the ocean or in fire or on the land, wherever they die, they are going to come from those places. And they're going to meet up where? That's another story. So when our ancestor dies or exit this world, they don't go nowhere. They're here. So when you call on them, my friends, take it from me. I know. Yeah, I know. You know. Um, Sometimes, I'm gonna do another video where I'm gonna look at some areas where I think we Africans, only if we understand these things. And I think one of the reasons why we're still struggling with the self, we haven't really discovered the self. I see some things happening on the continent right now. I am so pleased, to be honest. I'm so pleased with all of the awakening that are happening on the continent of Africa. And I know that same awakening is going to happen here. It's going to happen everywhere on this planet. The African people, the black race, will find themselves. You see, they will find themselves. And I don't think it's that long. I think the time is near. Because until we find ourselves, let me tell you what happened to us, and in order for us to gain ourselves, we must get these things. I was hoping to get pictures so I can show you of what I'm talking about so you see like the image, because image is very important. Because during those days, in the olden days, maybe some 10,000, maybe 5,000 years ago, or maybe less than that, when people would sit to discuss um, divinity or spirituality, they were speaking orally. So there's no image. They couldn't imagine what the things that they were talking about, the deities that they were describing without seeing it. They couldn't imagine what it looks like. The Africans knew what their what the Almighty was. They knew because if you look in the African culture, you will see that every culture in Africa has a name for the Creator. Every culture has a name. They give him different, not him, take that back. They give the Creator a name in their own way, in their own language, you know? So they didn't have an image of what this thing looked like or this entity looks like, but they give it a name until Mr. Category comes into the picture. Mr. Classify, the Europeans, they start putting things into class, start naming things. They says Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve name all the animal. That's a joke. No, Adam and Eve classify nothing. They did that. They classify everything. Now they came to the African culture. The Africans started calling the creator a name like Onyankopon or Ukuluku, and they say, no, we're not going to go by that name. We're going to find a name that's more suitable, a name that everyone can relate to. And was to say God. You see? So yeah, our ancestors, they knew, and I think they had the Greeks, they had the mythology where they had all these Greek gods, and some of us know them, Apollo, Zeus, and all these people. They knew these people. We know who these people are because they were the Greek gods. And guess what? They had oracles. They had oracles. You know what an oracles is? An oracles is where the Greeks used to go to consult the gods. They get guidance, they get instructions, they go there for a lot of things pertaining to the society, the way forward, how to control the society, how to govern. You know, they got some great things from these oracles. You read the Greek mythology, you see. Guess what? The Africans had their own oracles too. They did. The Africans had their oracles, and our ancestors, they were worshiping these oracles. Not worshiping them like a almighty because they already knew who the creator was, but they would consult these oracles on how to govern, the community, how to do certain things, how to pass laws, how to what ethics. They ask these oracles question. Now, today, if you ask of those oracles, you will not find none. You know why? Because they, my friends, were all taken to Europe. They're in Europe Museum right now as I'm speaking. And this is what I believe. That when it came to Africa, they just didn't take slaves. They took our brains. They took our minds. That the oracles, the thing that held our community, our society, our unity, our love for one another. They took that, and they are supposed to bring that back. We need to receive those things. And when we receive those things, my friends, this is true. We, my friends, will get our brains back. We'll get our unity back. We'll get our community back. We'll get at the love that used to hold us together. We will get them back because that, my friend, is our spirituality. That's our oracles. They still keep theirs. How do you think they know everything they know? If you sit there and say they're not consulting these oracles, if you believe they've gone away from that, you, my friend, needs to check your brains. Yeah. If you believe that they're not still consulting their oracles for guidance and instruction for technological advancement, something is wrong with you. The only race of people that had theirs taken from them were the Africans. So all those people that are fighting for us to gain back our oracles, we had some in Nigeria, we had some in Benin. Most people don't know the Benin Empire was one of the biggest empire in Africa, West Africa. West Africa is a peculiar place. Ask the Europeans, they'll tell you. That's the seat of African spirituality. You'll find some in South Africa too, but West Africa is the seat of African spirituality. We need those oracles back. We need them. And the day we receive those oracles, our fight is not easy because they took the slaves, they took our black Africans, and they took our oracles, our consultation, our guide in our society, what kept the African people together in unity and love for who we were as black people. They took that too. You see? But one thing that they didn't take is the African spirituality. That one is embedded in you. It's called soul. It's called the rhythm. You hear it in the drums. You hear when you hear sound, it's in sound. Whenever you hear sound, you can hear it. It's the African spirituality. What we need, my friends, we need our oracles back. So I just want to honor my ancestors. I know, even though our circumstance is what it is today, but they have not forgotten us. They have not forgotten us. They are closer. All we need to do is reach out to them, which is why every now and then I will come here and do this video honoring them wherever they are. They may be in this country, in Northern America, they will be in Southern America, they will be in Europe, they are in Australia, they are everywhere in the world. And all they're doing is watching us, and all they're saying is reach out to us. Let's honor them. Let's venerate them. Let's let's give them the honor. Let's reach out to them. If you believe in libation, do it. Honor them. Let that be your daily practice. It's nothing wrong with believing what you believe. Believe in that. But make sure you honor them, because when you hear those people say saint this, saint that, that's the ancestors, my friend. But they call them saint. They don't call them the name that you know. or the name that you've called your ancestors. No, they call them saint, and then behind the saint is their name. So you can call Saint Olua, whatever. You can call Saint Babao, Babajo, or whatever, or Saint Begbe, whatever you want to call that ancestor. Just a saint too. Saint this, saint that. Say that because that way it looks more civilized. Again, civilization is in the eyes of the beholder. So no one can say they're more civilized than the other because civilization is in the eyes of the beholder. Again, what you think is civilized may not be civilized to another person. So, yeah, I just wanted to thank the ancestors. I know there are more videos coming out again for this 2025. Just venerating our ancestors, just honoring them for their contribution to our world, to the black race. And I think we need to reach out to them. Reach out to them. You can believe in wherever you want to believe, that's fine too. But don't forget to honor your ancestors. Your ancestors are those people that once lived here. That's what they are. The people that once lived here, good or bad, they've done something for society. You know what they've done. You know the lawyers, the doctors, the inventors, the floor cleaner, or the carpenter, the mason, the plumber, the teacher, the lawyer, the doctor. All those people in your family, you know what they've done. The civil rights leader, the president, the vice president, you know, the 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 factory worker. You know these people. These, my friends, are your ancestors. That's why this country sometimes, even though it has its own problem, but they don't forget their ancestors. Yeah, they don't. They look at them as people who laid the foundation for them to be where they are today. And you, my friend, I'm talking to black people now and African people, you ought to do the same too. Yeah, do it, please. Don't allow religion is a man-made thing. It has no divinity to it. It's not gonna solve your problem at all. It's not gonna make you do the right thing. Yeah, religion don't make anyone do the right thing. People choose. It's a choice thing. We choose to do the right thing. And I'm saying, do the right thing. Be right with your ancestors. Honor them. Again, people don't tell you what your ancestor is. But your ancestors are those people that once lived this planet. And while they were here, they blessed many souls. Either one way or the other, they did something here. And you know them. You know what they've done. And when things get harder for you, difficult, things that you can't understand, or things that you're finding complicated, just reach out to them. And you will see, my friend. You will see. Try it and you will see. There's nothing wrong with you trying and finding out. Again, as I've always said in all of my videos, and I will now, the greatest thing that can happen to any man, it's not the day you're born, not the day you got your first car, the day you got married, or the day you graduated from college, high school, whatever it is that you're doing, my friends. The greatest thing that can happen to anyone, any man, woman, is the day you discover yourself. Because from that day on, my friends, everything, absolutely everything, will start to make sense to you. So let's honor our ancestors. Let's venerate them. You can start by just pouring libation to them and asking them, telling them your problems. Just you try, you'll see. I'm telling you, try it, you will see. Okay, once again, thank you. I want to thank everyone who watched my videos. I want to thank all those people that have subscribed. And I just want to honor you, and I just hope that you and your family are great. I hope that you're well, and I hope everything is good for you. I hope your health is good as well. And I just want to thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And from the Common Sense channel. Think, renew your mind, renew yourself, look deep down, and you will discover that self. And once you do, everything will make sense. Have a blessed day.